Welcome back to Shonen Showcast, the #1 anime podcast and your weekly spot for all things anime related. I'm your co-host, Junior.
Wait, no, do the cool intro.
Oh, okay. I am your co-host, Junior-san!
I'm.
I'm Elijah. I'm going to be normal.
And and today we're going to be talking about breaking down, giving our overall impressions on the new My Hero Academia One's Justice 2, or as we like to call it, Two's Justice, to make it easier. We got to play the game for a couple hours. We played through the story a little bit. We did some versus matches against each other. Got to dabble with a bunch of different characters through the game. So we're just going to be, like I said, giving you guys our overall impression of the game. Anybody care to go first? I mean, I can, if you guys don't want to.
Okay.
Okay, as in you'll go first, or?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, go ahead, dude. No, so, all right, so basically, the game does a lot of things right.
Okay.
And it probably does more things wrong. But let's start with the good things.
Damn.
I really like Night Eye.
Nice.
His character is super awesome. I'm guessing, like, I didn't see any other character like him. So he's like a very unique character, and I like that.
For those of you wondering what that means, is that Night Eye in the game is a lot different, like he said, from all the other characters, in the sense that he has one move where it's kind of like a counter move. Yeah, so you press circle or whatever you're playing on. We played on PlayStation. You press circle, Night Eye takes a stance in which he shut up. In which he counters. When somebody attacks him, he grabs them, uses his future vision to peer into their eyes, see their future. And what's interesting about him is that before an action is taken by either an NPC or an enemy player, it kind of lags it behind by like half a second, and as Night Eye, you can see the action that they're about to take and react accordingly. It's really confusing, but it's exactly just his future vision.
Yeah, they give you it gives you a buff of his future vision, so you could see when the enemy's going to attack you. But the downside to it is that sometimes you think you just got attacked, so you just will like stay there, and you shouldn't have stayed. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah.
It gets a little confusing, but I'm sure, like, playing it for a while, you'll start to catch the timing of it.
Right. Yeah, no, it's like the time interval between is super short. So, but one thing that's interesting is that Night Eye does have an ability that allows you to pretty much dodge any oncoming projectile or just attack in general, and lets you counterattack as well. So I'm sure you're meant to combo those together. I just don't properly. He's very tricky to play. He's very tricky.
Yeah. He's probably like similar to like Batman and Injustice. But
kind of.
Yeah, not necessarily, not all the way.
Because he has a lot of counters.
Yeah,
Batman
he does have a shit ton of counters.
Counter king.
Would you call him the full counter?
No.
No.
Okay.
Sadly, no. That's another game.
That we don't need to talk about.
Not at all.
Maybe. Yeah.
No.
Hopes. No. Okay.
No.
Never mind.
No, I see what you're talking about with Night Eye. He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He's very he's very cool, very different. That's what I like about him the most. Another one of the characters that I really enjoyed playing was Shigaraki. Because his combo, it's a little bizarre.
It is.
I didn't really
adventure.
Yeah. I'm not even sure which Shigaraki I was using. I believe it was the one without the hand on his face.
Yes, the better looking
The
one.
coolest one.
Yeah, literally. Super cool
He
looking.
looks so cool like that.
Yeah. He has very far reach, and one of his combos just kind of lets you hit for like, it does a bunch of hits, like in succession, almost like that no move, that cheat ass no move that you like to use. But
anyways, can I just say real quick that the game itself, if you find yourself wondering, should I buy this game or should I not buy this game? I'm gonna say right now, if you're looking for just like to play as the characters you love from My Hero Academia and maybe beat up the characters you hate, get the game. If you're looking for an actual game, I'm gonna go ahead and say wait till it's on sale.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
Because however
No,
cool these
100%.
characters may sound, it's true.
No, he's very right. Like I wouldn't buy the like it's not a very competitive fighting game where
No, yeah.
like where I would buy this for, right off the press. But, if you catch it on a sweet sale, I mean, there's nothing wrong
Oh,
with
it's
that.
over, yeah.
Though I do think it's very fun to play with friends. Like, I was having a
It
blast
is.
playing with you guys, I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
Aww.
yeah, but we're friends.
Shut up. Shut up. But still, like,
You are
if
my
you
friend.
have a group of friends and you buy this game, no, I would definitely recommend it for that.
Yeah, yeah. If you're getting it to play with friends, then for sure. But,
Definitely, yeah. Now, one interesting
That's-
mechanic that I wanted to bring up because you said that you can actually co-op this with up to 4 different people in one battle. A little weird, but basically, if you have 4 players, 2 players control the main characters. I haven't tried this, but apparently you can assign 2 following players to control the support characters as well. So you have the option of doing single battle and then team battles, just like Storm 4, just like a lot of fighting games. You get 2 supports and you get 1 main person that you can't switch off of. But yeah, apparently you can have 2 other controllers jump in and control both supports for each player. Haven't tried it. I'm sure it works, but like
That's
you
pretty
said,
wild.
if you want to include some more friends in there, you definitely can.
I didn't know that you could do that.
Yeah. I
That's pretty
didn't
cool.
have enough controllers, so we couldn't try
Is
it.
I mean,
That's what I was
it's
thinking.
clever, I guess.
If you want to
So-
include your friends, yeah. If you're just
wanna be a
playing it to
support
have a
player?
good time. Well,
Better
you
than
know.
not playing at all.
I would probably rather not play at all.
I like to watch and
Damn.
spectate and, be on my present mic shit and commentate.
But
Right?
like a nicely
what if I'm-
timed.
What if I'm caught up and then like someone's like, "Now come in," and I'm like, "Huh?" And I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah.
By the time I jump in, he died.
I mean, listen, like I said, if it's a game you're buying just to mess around and have some fun with your friends, go for it. Then that sounds like a fantastic feature. If you're playing the
Yeah.
game to actually play a game, you're not going to give a crap about a feature like that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's not a. Trust me, it's not drawing people to play the game.
No, I mean, it seemed like there was going to be a lot of improvement between the first one and this one, which there was in terms of graphics and controls.
Did you buy the first one? Or
I didn't buy it, but I played it. My brother's friend had it.
Okay.
It
So
was, I don't know. The
yeah,
first
what
one
do
was a
you
lot
notice? It felt like slower.
This game felt a lot smoother and more fast paced than the first one. It
Okay.
felt a lot less buggy. There are its fair share of bugs, obviously. It's a game, but it felt a lot less buggy than the first one, and the graphics itself actually felt like it's able to properly run on this engine, if that makes sense.
Okay. Okay.
It's like the last one didn't feel like the engine was made to support it, which was weird. But what's it called?
Is it the same engine? It looks like it's the same engine.
Yeah, it's the same engine. It's just like the way the game was built itself on the first one was just like not
quite
as,
there.
Yeah, it wasn't quite there. Yeah. So this one definitely major improvements. The only thing with this one as well, though, the last one was a lot more relevant, I will say, in terms of like the story. So let's dive into the story a little bit. In terms of the
Okay.
story gameplay itself, the last one was a lot more relevant because it covered a shit ton more ground. So let me just say to everybody who's thinking about buying this game, don't be misled. This game only covers up to the what's his name? All for One. It covers from All for One's defeat all the way up to where the anime stopped, like the end of the Hasaikai arc with Chisaki and Eri and stuff like that. It only covers up to there. The first game pretty much covered almost from the start to the end. Now, I expected it or up to All for One's defeat. I kind of expected it to kind of throw a Storm 4 vibe in there where it includes a little bit of what the last game had and then everything else with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which I thought would have been great just to have the story going for a little bit longer. But
Yeah.
total, if you're looking for story gameplay, I'd say you get maybe a couple hours worth of story out of this game. Not even like a full day. A couple hours max. Max maybe 10, 14 hours.
Wow,
No,
that's
that's a
really
lot.
short. That's
Well,
really
that's
short.
a
Wow,
decent
that's really.
amount.
I mean, for a fighting game, it's probably it's. Not, I feel like it's still pretty short, but fighting
Yeah,
games are shorter with story. But
Exactly.
they are
that
unless you're
is,
Storm.
but under 20 hours is very short, especially
I
for a
It
mean,
is
a
very short.
$60 AAA
are
title.
you playing this game for the story? Because I feel like most people
Some people
who are
are.
buying this game kind of watch the anime already,
Well,
or
this is the beauty of
Well,
this is that the people who are going into this thinking I'm gonna play a dope ass story, now they know. Don't
Well,
really, I
that's the
mean,
thing. That's
thinky.
kind of the like. Let me ask you this, Elijah. Like, isn't that the reason people bought DBZ Kakarot? Because they was like, oh, I get to play the story.
see, I don't know why people bought DBZ Kakarot. I can't even possibly put myself in their mindset.
You're
But
gonna have mad people like, shut up, the game's so good.
I bet
Nah,
it is,
yeah,
you know.
people really like that game. People bought that game for the story.
The
Like,
story that they've played and watched how many times over before. But okay, yeah.
I know.
No, at least Xenoverse was a little bit different in which you could dive in there, you could do like parallel quests. At least
Yeah,
it was a little
well, that's the
different.
good thing about Xenoverse. They switched it up. They added the time patrol, which threw in an
Yeah.
element of like,
Right.
oh, what's gonna happen?
And Time Patrol was
Um,
dope. Yeah.
exactly. It's really dope. Kakarot's a bit different. With this, well, not even all the fights are in there, right? Or
Not
is
all
it
of them,
based?
nope.
Not all of them. Okay,
Which
so
is
yeah,
funny because it substituted some, or you know what? More or less, all of them are in there in a way. The ones where, one in particular that stands out to me that is not in the game for whatever godforsaken reason is Tamaki versus the three goons of the Hasakai Club, whatever.
right,
But then you have a mission like Aizawa versus one of the goons outside of the House Hasakai. So it's like,
right.
why do I want to play a fight that lasted like 2 seconds in the anime when I could play Tamaki's most important scene in the season, you know? So that was one
Yeah,
thing that was taken out. So if they have skins for no-name goons anyways, they could skin those other three guys.
well,
True.
yeah. That's what I thought. Like, even if they're not playable characters, just put them in the story just to
Yeah.
fight.
Exactly.
Yeah, fuck it.
Like the knife guy.
Mm. Yeah. And
You
it
can
took
stop his
me quite
powers.
a few
You can
times
stop his powers,
to...
and he no longer pulls out his knife.
I'm telling you, man, his quirk. For anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, when you play that fight with Eraserhead, when you use Erasure on him, he can no longer use his knife on you. Presumably because his quirk is the ability to use his arms. But,
Oh my god.
but I was a little disappointed with that Tamaki thing being left out. Also overall a
Yeah.
little disappointed with Tamaki's character in the game, considering that his ultimate doesn't really give you the it kind of gives you a Chimera type of ability vibe where he combines crab claws with octopus arms, but I kind of expected that Chimera Kraken from the anime. Remember that?
That was so cool.
Yeah.
That was fucking awesome. I kind of expected that a little bit, but
Right?
it didn't really deliver. Some of the characters overall. So, all right. Before we even do that, my ending note for the story gameplay, at least, like I said, very short, like runtime with the gameplay. However, the maps themselves that you get to play through the story are very cool. They're very a little overly destructible, and yeah, I mean, there's not much to really say about the story. It covers a very, very, very small window of time. It covers one arc, and that one
Yeah.
arc is half of the season 4. You know, so it's a very small
Yeah.
window of
I would say
time.
it's more than half.
It's literally half the season.
Yeah, I was
It
about
was
to
a
say
little bit more than half.
the arc.
Oh yeah,
arc is
maybe like
still,
2 episodes more than
not
half.
the arc, but the season is still going.
Yeah.
Yeah, season has 1 episode left.
Oh, there's one
Sadly.
left.
Yep, one left.
Aww.
And then, but when it comes back, they get into the best arc, the pro hero arc. It's gonna be the
Um,
best. But
That
you
anyway,
say
sounds-
that.
no spoilers. It sounds cool, doesn't it?
It does.
You
But-
say that, but you said that this last arc was one of the best arcs.
It
So
was.
It just keeps getting better and better.
Yes. Okay, you see, so for this last Hasakai arc, I said that it was the best arc in the series because the Pro Hero arc had not started yet. So,
Fair
um,
enough.
but now the current arc in the manga is the best one. But anyways, no manga spoilers yet. But so yeah, I mean that's all I really have to say about the story. What did you guys think playing through the story a little bit?
It was interesting. I
Likes,
mean,
dislikes?
I would say I liked it. You know, I wasn't really looking or expecting too much from story-wise from this game, to be honest. It was
Right.
more about the gameplay of the characters. But for what they had in the story, like I was impressed. Like it was a good story. You know, it wraps it up. It's more of a summary than like an actual
It is.
gameplay.
That's very true, actually. Yeah, it does feel like more of a summary. Because I mean, you get a lot of dialogue in there as well. A lot of
Hmm.
dialogue, and then the cutscenes before a story mission even starts. You get to see like how they kind of do like the comic book style with like the different panels and the different characters.
Yeah.
It really is more like a recap. You're right. Yeah.
Um, wow, Elijah, you are giving this game a lot of credit. Um,
Bandai's about to sponsor only you.
that's for sure. He's your man. Like that's the dude right
Hey
there.
man.
But anyway, um, I didn't like the story.
Okay. Why?
I I just
What's your beef?
I'm yeah, I know. I'm a guy like I like authenticity. I like it to be as close to the actual story as possible.
Hmm.
So for like you
Man,
said,
you
them
must have
taking
hated
out.
Kakarot. What?
I did. Listen, like they was hyping that game up like it was gonna be the show again, and
Right.
I'm like, okay, let's see. And then it comes out, and that's like even in trailers, I saw differences, and I was already like, okay, wait a minute. But anyway, like with was his name Tamaki?
Tamaki, yeah.
Tamaki? Tamaki? Yeah. With his fight not being there, and that kind of made me like, okay, what? And then with Kirishima, his fight with the knife dude, I was like expecting that. Um, they do have his fight with Fat Gum. Well, the fight he does with Fat Gum against the other two guys,
Right, right.
but like
Now
I don't know.
that was arguably one of my favorite parts of playing through the story, to be honest.
Well, yeah, because
It
like
stayed true.
it's
That
really
was the
cool.
dopest moment of the season, to be honest.
It
Yeah,
was.
it was a very dope part of the
That
season.
episode was
Like
fucking crazy.
I just I don't know. I wish there were more moments like that. Like maybe a Mario without abilities.
You did get that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah,
remember
I guess I didn't play that one.
when we passed the controller around, it was Elijah's turn to play that one. He got to
Yeah,
fight with
yeah,
no
it was
I
abilities.
still
Elijah.
beat that ass.
It was
You
Elijah
did. That
Mario.
you did.
Nah, listen, he beat that in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It took him it took him no
Just
problems.
like it took Mirio, no problems.
Nah, he had
Yo.
problems.
Yeah,
He had
no damn
problems.
problem. He was like, no
That
quirk?
boy.
I bet.
No, listen, he had no problems still fighting, but he had a bunch of problems. Like if no one pulled up to help him,
Oh,
that boy would have
God.
died. He would have died.
We don't
But
have to talk about that.
Yeah.
there was that. I don't know. Maybe if is there mini games throughout the story or no?
No, not really. It's
No.
just straight going through the story.
See, and the cutscenes aren't
But
interactive.
to
It's just
even credit the whole thing with Kirishima, Fat Gum, and Rappa, it's
Mhm.
very hard to mess up a battle like that because it's straight hands, which is main aspect
yeah,
of the game, throwing hands.
right,
So it's
Yeah.
right.
even that it's hard to mess that up.
I just wish there was something more to make it stand out. Everything about it sounds like a fighting game that came out in 2008,
You know
honestly.
what? That makes a lot of sense. That oddly makes a lot of sense.
It's nothing new. It's old news. It's just, it feels like a reskin.
I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, that's how I feel,
Man,
honestly.
we got two factors here. One who gave the game mad credit and one who gave the game no credit. We got two opposing factors here.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. So, I mean, you get they get a basic sense of the story. It's just literally the story with some minor things cut out of there. I feel like a lot of people wouldn't be buying this game for the story, but rather, like I said, to just be able to play the characters that they love to see so much. Because My Hero Academia is known for having some of the coolest, like, outside the box abilities ever, you know? Like, some people have weird ass quirks that are included in the game, such as the guy with the meatball quirk. So, I mean, a character like him is included. It's a really outside the box ability. But speaking of which, let's dive into the characters a little bit. We got to play around with some of them. Who did you guys like? Who did you not like? What did you like about them? Who we got?
All right, let me just start off with my favorite that I got to use is Cammy.
Cammy, okay.
I really like Cammy.
From Shoketsu High School.
Yes, from that high school.
Literally just the other
really,
school.
Yeah, exactly. She's really good. Like her moveset is really good in the game. I like her kick move because it's good because you can catch people off guard where they won't know if you're doing her illusion move or you're doing the kick because they both start the exact same way. That's why I like it. There's that. Her level one, her level 1 is just outstanding.
I don't even remember what it was.
Things about her that are outstanding as well.
I don't remember what it was.
She's in high school.
One of her moves, yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
What did you think I was talking about?
He's waiting for that beach episode with Shuketsu High School. He's waiting for that beach episode. But Cammy was definitely interesting, primarily because she's like her illusions are different. She's a character who kind of her gameplay relies a lot more on her actual strength, her actual combat than her quirk.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting because there are a lot of characters who are the opposite.
The only thing that I don't like about her is the illusion thing where you pull out their support.
Ah, right.
Because like most people aren't gonna fall for that.
No.
Be honest
I'll tell you
what
though, that was an ability that was programmed for NPC because when you do that to an NPC, the NPC enemy stands there confused and like a question mark comes up over their head, like I didn't call you out here, and then that gives you a window to attack because they can't block.
Yeah. See, if your character would just like, let's say they got staggered for like a 2-second stagger type thing where they're just like, what happened?
Right.
That would make more sense. But
it would work, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But
which I feel like they could have done if they did Night Eye the way they did, where you could see the moves regardless if you're NPC or not.
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
Damn.
They could have given her like a little stagger.
Yeah. But overall, she's very agile. You're right. Yeah.
She's a very very good character.
You think she's your favorite that you played?
Yeah, that I played. Yeah, she's definitely my favorite.
So I'm gonna put you're gonna get to see the whole roster of characters right now. You guys could take a look around at who they got. This is like my editor's note. But a whole roster of the characters. So yeah, you do get some oddball characters in. That is one thing I'd like to say about the roster itself. We got a lot of oddball characters, whereas we were missing a lot of the main attraction, you know?
Yeah.
That I wasn't too happy with. Like, I don't want Meatball when I don't even have, like, fucking, I don't know, Sero? I don't know.
Yeah, I was wondering why Mineta was in there.
And Mineta's, like,
what's the
Sugar
trash. Rush guy? What's his name again? Sato?
You and Sugar. You love this guy, man. Sato, yeah. You
I mean,
fucking
better
love
than Meatball
this guy. I don't know. I think I'm taking my
Guy.
chances with Meatball Guy over Sato in a fight.
Wow. Well, yeah, in a fight, but who's more relevant of a character?
Meatball.
No. Stop.
Sato is the equivalent of of 10-10 in Naruto. No screen time.
No.
Even in the movie, he probably had the least important role.
I'm not liking this disrespect right here.
I'll take Invisible Girl over Meatball.
I'd love for her to be in the game.
Okay. I thought you could say Invisible Girl over Sato.
No, not over Satsu. What's
I
wrong
was about to be
with
like,
you?
whoa. That's what I thought you were saying. I was about to be like, whoa, calm down now.
She would be a cool person to have in the game. That'd be interesting mechanics.
Shut up.
Your
Stop.
ultimate move will take off your gloves and boots. Nobody can see you. Nobody can see you.
I'm invisible.
You won't even know where you're standing, so you'll think, yo, I'm about to wild out on this guy, but really you're on the other side of the map.
Yo, I'm about to hit him with the ill combo. Nothing.
But yeah, no, the roster is a little small for my liking. I can definitely see more characters being added through DLC, such as Gentle Criminal, hopefully. Because there is an achievement in the game with him and Labrava's face on it. So, I don't know. Foreshadowing? Who knows?
Oh.
But,
Maybe.
Roster does feel a little small to me for a second game, you know?
Yeah.
I personally enjoyed playing as Nomu.
I bet you did.
We know.
I love Nomu. He got the ill combo.
Infinite combo head ass.
I mean, listen, it's what he was built to do. What can I say? That's how Nomu was made. I didn't make him.
Whatever.
You got beef, settle it with All For One. I didn't make Nomu.
So cheese.
All right, Elijah, who'd you like?
Well, like Jordan said before, I didn't get the chance to play every character, but I really enjoyed Stain. And like, it's not even that his moves are that crazy. It's just like he's fast as hell for no reason. Like,
now let me also say that when we would play Storm 4, Elijah loved playing Minato as well. So
yeah,
you can see the similarities.
He's my favorite
here.
character in general. Like, you guys saw the Hokage video, right?
Stain fucking traverses the entire map in that game so quickly.
Facts.
It's
That's
ridiculous.
crazy. And his sword plays cool too.
It is.
But-
It is.
But he doesn't really utilize his quirk like that as much as I would like. But it is kind of difficult to.
He
to
probably
incorporate
utilizes it the least out of anybody in the game.
Yeah, he really utilizes it for his ult.
Yeah, that's it. Which another mechanic that I feel like they could have added, that if you land a certain amount of hits on it. So they have this mechanic with Shigaraki Tomura in his first form with the hands on his face, that your flick circle move grabs the enemy and like bodies them onto the ground, and you get a number over their head. It says 3, then next time you do it, it says 2, next time you do it, it says 1, and if you get it a fourth time, regardless of how much health they have, it's insta-kill because you're decaying them, basically. So I feel like a mechanic that could have easily been put into place with Stain is that if you land a certain amount of hits, or like you land a complete combo on them, and you could like lick the blood off your sword and they're immobilized for a few seconds, you know?
A few seconds, damn, that's broken.
No, a few seconds meaning like
2 or 3. Not a crazy where you're standing there for
not
8
like 10
seconds.
Yeah, I know. Like 2-3 seconds. And then maybe, you know, maybe with characters like Tenya Ida, it could last for a minute. Blood type and shit, you know.
Oh yeah,
that's too much thinking. That's for that game. That's too much thinking. But yeah, so no, there's a lot of people to choose from, each who play very differently. Like we said, some characters utilize their quirks a lot more than others. Some utilize them practically none at all, like Stain. But it really doesn't take. I feel like that hasn't taken away from anybody's character, because I mean, Stain does not use his quirk in combat at all, but he's still like broken as fuck. He's super fast, you know.
Yeah.
And same thing for Cammy. She's very agile, very quick. Her combos get a lot of hits in just a few things, you know.
She is very quick. That's
she's like, a lot better than I expected her to be honest.
Yeah.
That's a key reason in me probably liking her, because she attacks so fast.
Exactly.
The game, despite the maps being as destructible as they are, you literally take a few steps and the fucking map blows up. Other than that, the game itself, I genuinely like the aesthetic of the game. You know, I really like the aesthetic of the character's abilities. So one of the matchups I constantly do all the time is Endeavor versus Dabi, and which I will put on the screen right now. But the aesthetic of and maybe it's just Endeavor versus Dabi, I don't know. But the game's combat aesthetics are they're very viable. They're very enjoyable to watch. You know, it's like each character does such a different set of moves that it's just like you never know what you're gonna get.
Endeavor.
Oh yeah, the main man himself, number one.
I'll talk a little bit about Endeavor. He's really good too. Like
He
he's
is.
slow, one of the slower characters, but man, he has so much range.
That's
And he
true.
hits hard as hell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
like
slow,
oh
but don't let
my,
him touch you.
One could say that he
exactly.
has a lot of firepower.
All right, so anyways.
Okay, go home.
I am.
That's right, guys. The secret's out. We all live together.
No.
JK. Yeah, Endeavor. Yeah.
Yeah, his combos are a little wonky, but just I'll give you a hint. Just press triangle, and that's it.
Literally.
That's all.
Literally.
That's all you need. Endeavor is a beast.
And with Nomu, once he starts doing that multi-punch, just keep pressing square.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah, nah, see, but that I like because Endeavor at the moment is the number one pro hero, so they gotta put some respect on him, you know? They gotta spit that good
Yeah.
shit for his character.
Listen, all the pro heroes besides Aizawa are really good in the game.
Hey, listen,
Damn.
if Aizawa catch you with that erasure, you're done.
Nah, because I feel like it doesn't last long enough, to be honest with you.
It lasts long enough for you to get a good combo in. And as we seen, the combos can go for a very fucking long time regardless of who you're playing.
True, but you could block that.
You can,
Yeah,
but
but depending on the character, like they're very dependent on their quirks. Like somebody
They
like
are.
Bakugo, like your combos like cut short because you can't use your explosions. You know.
literally, yeah. And then like people like Dabi too, who mainly focus ranged attacks. Oh, you're fucked.
Yo.
You're done. But like
Okay.
Aizawa's
That's
is
easy.
hard to like. I'd say it's more so hard for the player to pull off than it is for the enemy to block it. Simply because like he launches. You have to find the right interval of time for him to wind up his rope scarf, grab you, and then you have to input a second command to erase the person's quirk. So it's like it's kind of hard to put what rope scarf.
Yes.
It's what it is.
Yeah,
But it's
no,
kinda hard to
the
pull off.
timing on that, the timing on that is definitely tricky. It didn't look
Yeah.
easy.
It wasn't easy
anyway.
beating Elijah's ass.
Shut up.
But yeah, no. And then so they do I really do enjoy the fact that they include a lot of oddball characters, but like I said, I don't like that they cut the roster short of some main characters just to throw in those oddballs. I really do wish that they gave us all the main and then threw some oddballs in. I feel like the game would have gotten a better rap if they did that. But you know,
Right.
I think it's cool to be able to play as like Gran Torino. I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And I forget the electric dude's name.
Kaminari?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kaminari. I really like his support.
Oh man, he is probably the best support in the game.
Yeah,
One
he
of
might
them.
be
Oh
the
no!
best.
Wow.
Yeah,
Who
that's-
else? No, Shigaraki's pretty
Tomura,
good.
I knew it. Yeah,
Yep,
Shigaraki
he's
is
an
one of the most
amazing
broken
support.
support. Yeah,
Yeah, he has a good support, but not.
His range
I
is
feel like
fucking
Kiminari's
amazing.
good for like zoning. Like you can like
yes, very much so.
basically choose where you want to keep him trapped.
Literally.
It's like-
So he has an
Stay
ability
here.
where if you can input the heavy button a total of 3 times to create a triangular field of electricity, and you quite literally create a zone. like,
yeah,
and they touch that field, they get electrocuted for a fair amount of time, which is
Yeah,
something
it's
I feel like they could have recycled the bits of that mechanic to kind of work Stain a little bit better. The immobilization right there. But yeah, you immobilize them for a good amount of time, a plenty long enough time for you to jump in there and get a nice ass combo going.
Yeah, I'd
Kaminari
say
is one
it's
of the
at
better
least-
ones.
I'd say it's probably like a second and a half, which is more than enough time.
That's a lot of time,
Yeah.
to get a combo going for sure.
Yep.
That's one thing video games make you realize is how long 1 second really is.
Ain't that a fact?
End of the world.
When people tell me like, "Yo, he's about to drive off in 5 seconds," I have time to like make me a sandwich, get a fucking ice cream, you know. But yeah, no, it's he's definitely one of the better characters to play as in the game for sure.
Yeah.
I enjoyed. I haven't tried online gameplay. I'm not sure how connection issues, if there's any. I know there were a lot with the first game in which it would disconnect people a lot of the time halfway through the match. But I haven't
Oh,
touched the online. But like I said, it's because I just don't care that much about it. I find this game more enjoyable for me to just hop on against a bot and create a nice cinematically beautiful fight, or just fight against my friends. I feel like that's the more fun of the game. It's
Yep.
not
yeah,
like it's not like you're buying a game like Xenoverse where there is shit to do on your own, or like Shinobi Striker where you can play on your own. It's like an open lobby type of game. It's
right.
more so just like if you want to play as Endeavor and fight Dabi, fucking go for it, That's about it. That's about it.
That's your favorite matchup, huh?
Oh god, it's so beautiful. You know what? It's because I've been rewatching a lot of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I think of Zuko versus Azula, how they had the red and the blue flames.
Oh,
I put it on my story the other day. Fucking
You
beautiful,
did.
fucking
You did. I
beautiful.
watched the whole thing too.
Yeah, it was great, wasn't it? That was
I
only the
like
first
it.
half of the fight.
I like it.
I didn't even get to the lightning part.
I will now start watching Avatar. No, I'm just
Listen,
kidding.
it's a
little
crime that you haven't.
a crime.
I know.
Listen, little sidebar. Nick Rewind. I shouldn't be saying this, so other pages don't know. But Nick Rewind uploaded. They revamped the graphics and uploaded the final fight of Aang versus Phoenix King Ozai. And you bet your ass you're gonna find that on my page very soon, because it is probably one of the best fights in animation history. So expect that real soon. Expect that
Okay,
real soon.
buddy. You sound very
I'm
excited
so
about that.
fucking happy I finally got to rewatch that fight in good quality after so long. And the community is very much alive. It got like it in like 2 days. It almost has 1 million views.
Well, people really, really like Avatar.
Avatar is great. Yeah, I don't blame them. But
I mean,
too bad they don't have a game. But for my hero,
my hero.
before I get lost in Avatar. Yeah, there's not one thing I also haven't touched upon really. I dove into it a little bit, but I've seen more videos on it myself. Is the customization in the game. There's a
Mhm.
lot of weird customization that you could do to characters, but I will say that the customization is a huge you have a huge amount of ability with that, because you can literally go in and be able to change All Might's whole costume to literally be like Gran Torino's costume or something, and
Oh,
it customized, it fits to like his body. Like you can't do Gran Torino's abilities, you could just wear his shit. But like I've
Right.
seen people like give Deku like Bakugo's grenade gauntlets. There's a lot of customization, a lot of color variations, and a lot of accessories. I saw somebody put bunny ears on Bakugo. So, there's a lot of ability there.
That's funny.
But yeah, other than that, there's not a crazy amount to really say. It's a fighting game.
Yeah, it's a
The
fighting
controls are
game.
smooth enough. The controls are smooth enough that to where combos aren't super hard to pull off, abilities aren't super hard to pull off, and the game itself isn't ridiculously hard to understand. It's no Mortal Kombat, like it's nothing like
I
that where
think
you have
no,
to input
I
shit.
would say Mortal Kombat's pretty easy as far as fighting games go.
What? Some of
really?
those
Yeah.
combos are kind of ridiculous.
A
Yeah.
lot of them.
Some of them are, but Mortal Kombat on like if we're talking about a scale of fighting game difficulty,
Uh huh.
Mortal Kombat is on the easier side or maybe normal moderate side.
Right. Right.
Easy when we're talking fighting games, I would have to say is like Fighters, Dragon Ball Fighters, or
Fighters. Okay.
That's
yeah,
easy.
'cause,
I
bro,
still
you
never
press
figured out how to do
triangle,
abilities.
you press triangle, and it does an auto combo for you.
True, true. You got a point there.
It automatically does it. Like,
I played fighters for like 2 days, so I kind of forgot.
wow, how dare you? But yeah, Fighters is like an easier one. What else? All right, Street Fighter.
It's not
No,
hard per se.
Street Fighter's not hard, but it's not easy. It's a bit more complex than I would say Mortal Kombat.
So where would you rank Two's Justice in all this?
If I had to rank this, I put it on the easier side,
On the
like a
easier
little
side? That's
bit,
fair.
yeah, a little bit harder than Fighters, but
Mm.
not so much. You know what I mean? Because Fighters
Yeah.
basically just did the work for you and said, just press triangle and we got you.
Right, right.
That's the only reason. That's the only reason I put it as a little bit harder than that.
So if you're wondering if you should get fighters, Jordan's answer is no.
No, I like fighters.
Yeah, you're the only one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that like fighters.
It's just me.
But I feel like this game is one of the easier ones to understand simply because like even the combos that you have to input to do your abilities like flick circle, flick triangle, you have a large interval of time in which you have to input each command separately that like you can work with a combo, you know. Combos are very easy. To get a combo in this game, all you have to do for PlayStation, tap L1 and chase. That's it. Get one combo, cut it short, and it just lets you keep doing a combo until you get to like 95 fucking hits. Nomu. And it's pretty ridiculous. It's super easy. As long as you could chase people, then go for it. Then you're going to win the match as long as you could chase. I got that good 95 hit combo with Nomu, yeah.
No, that's ridiculous.
But speaking of not including enough things, I'm very disappointed. Very, very, very disappointed in the fact that neither of Kirishima's ults let him go into Unbreakable. Very disappointed in that.
That was like the big thing this season, and they didn't include
it. It's like literally part of the story being Unbreakable, and it's in one of the cutscenes, the quick little things. But they don't let you play as it at all, even for just a cinematic ult. So you get 2 ults in the game. You fill up your plus ultra meter. It goes 1, 2, 3. When you get up to the third one, you could do a team combo for an ult. When you get up to the second one, you could do your cinematic ult, which often does a little bit more damage and is kind of unparryable because it's a cinematic. And at level 1, you could do like a regular size kind of like super move. It does a good amount of damage, but it's not cinematic, so it is possible to avoid parry or block that one. Mm-hmm. So I'm very disappointed that he does not go Unbreakable. There's a lot of things that I felt that they left. There's too many things that I felt that they left out for focusing on such a small amount of time in the series, you know?
Yeah.
It was such a small window. It was just one arc, and, you know, they didn't add one of the most hype parts of the arc, which was Unbreakable.
Yeah, that's really bad.
It literally is like a very hype moment where you're like, oh snap, like
this guy's gonna be up there with the fucking hero.
Yeah, you're like, oh my god, this dude is like, he's on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
and nope, there's no like, I feel like there's no payoff. There's no payoff.
I feel like that's my issue with this game, to be honest. The fact that that's not in there.
That's your number one issue. Is
I mean, to be honest, yeah.
You go up to their office and it's like, yo, I have a list of every fucking complaint I have for this game, and it's a long ass piece of paper just saying no Unbreakable. It's like, game's fantastic, but there's no Unbreakable. You fucking, whose idea was this? Where's HR?
He should be fired and beaten with an ugly stick.
But yeah, no. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, overall, that is literally the one take I could give on the game. If you have friends to play this game with, play it with them. It'll be fun. It'll be enjoyable. If you like to just watch the 2 characters themselves go at it, go for it. If you're looking for a story-based game, wait for the next anime game, you know? Like, Storm 4 did story, right?
Well, it's hard to be Storm 4, though.
That's true. A lot of quality has diminished over the years, but that's something we're going to touch upon in a completely different but similar episode in the future.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was gonna say, if you want, I can hit that right now.
We got them in the future. We're gonna come in with Jordan has like a whole Bible of things that are wrong with anime video games.
Oh, it's a list. It's quite extensive. Some of you guys need to get your shit together.
Like, that list has been with him for so long. He has a copyright claim on that shit. But yeah, you guys have any other notes you want to make about the game?
Let me see.
I feel like I've praised it enough, so
it's like, don't make me love this.
Let me see. Yeah, it's just one. It's very tiny.
What?
Why is Mineta in the game? Why? Like, it makes no sense.
He's the god of all characters.
It
Funny
makes no
thing about
sense.
Mineta is that his ability, you use his ability pop off, and when you get, I think, like 7, so you can leave them sitting around. That he literally just, if you hold triangle and let go, he just throws them all over the map. And if the enemy runs into, I think, like 7 or 8 of them, they become immobilized. But each one that sticks onto them, they get slowed down as well. They go a lot slower. So
Okay.
I didn't realize because I was fighting Ida, who's already super fucking fast. Right, yeah. But yeah, no, good point. I don't know why Mineta's in the game and some other people aren't.
Yeah, that's all I'm angry about.
Who from Class 1A do you feel like is missing that you would prefer if you could choose one person from Class A that is not in the game already?
Okay.
Which is quite a few people. We got to think about who's actually not in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of.
Yeah, now that I think about it, they do have quite a lot of people from Class 1A.
Sato.
Stop.
We know.
I'm serious.
Stop-o.
I'm serious about that. I think he'd be fun.
He might be one of the only ones. Oh no, Ojiro's not in the game either.
Oh, him too.
Wait, not Ojiro. I wanted fuck, what's his name? The dude with the tail.
That's Ojiro.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was Ojiro. I thought it was a different guy, but yeah, I wanted him. Like, I really wanted him because I
At
feel
first
like
I thought he would be stupid, but then I remember he does martial arts.
Yeah, like I feel like he would be really great for a game like this.
Or
Like a fighting game and his specialty is fighting.
Right. That's all he got.
All he has is his fighting and his tail. That's it. And they were like, nope, not this game.
Fuck him. Yep. But I personally just really want listen, I bought the game. I want Gentle Criminal in there at least, please. That elasticity quirk would be fucking awesome. It would be dope. Elasticity.
Wait, so is his ult gonna be like love mode?
Yes. Only if you have La Brava as support, though.
Nah.
That's too much programming for that game.
I think he just always has her. Like,
in his
she
pocket.
automatically, yeah. She comes with Gentle.
Yeah, she is tiny.
Whoa.
But anyways, yeah, so I mean, you guys be the judge whether or not you want to pick up the game. Overall, like I said, wait till it's on sale. If you want my opinion, wait till it's on sale. It's not worth the full price. Definitely not.
Yeah.
Max, what would you guys pay maximum for this game?
20.
20? I was going to say 20 as well.
I could drop 30 or 40 on it.
30 or 40? I feel like 40 is way too high. I could squeeze 30, but 40? Nah.
I'd be pretty angry if I spent $40 on a game like this.
Well, I spent 60, so you know.
Yeah, I know.
But I still play it because I like Endeavor versus Dobby. Anyways.
Well, I also bought Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5. So.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yes, exactly.
Jesus Christ. So, listen, you'd be surprised how many people are looking for some Tony Hawk action. So shit.
I played that game for one day. Never touched it again. Okay.
Oh wait, no, that's not the one. Skate 4 is the one people are waiting for.
Yes, Skate 4 is that's what the masses want. Okay, not Pro Skater 5.
Not One's Justice 2.
One's Justice 2.
They're just gonna do this for like every arc now. They're gonna release a new game. One's Justice 3 is just gonna be the festival arc. You have to input the right buttons for the dance moves.
Oh my god.
Or you have to buy a whole separate platform like Dance Dance Revolution and perform the dance.
You have to make Eri happy or else you fail.
If she doesn't smile, the game locks you out of it. You got to make that girl smile.
No, the game locks you out of your PlayStation, so you can never.
It bricks you.
Whoa.
Oh shit.
You can't play no more. You're like, no. That'd be terrible.
So anyways, that's all overall our perspective as well as visuals on the game. You guys could see the gameplay, you could see the game itself. You be the judge as to whether or not you want this game. My closing note, like I said, buy it if you got friends. And if you don't have friends, we can be friends. Drop your gamer tags.
Yep. Drop them right down there in the comments below. We will add some of you guys for sure.
So if you guys are wondering what our next topic is going to be, you go check out our Instagram page. All right, we have we uploaded a list of the coming topics that we have. You can find next week's topic on there, and be ready, be excited for it. So other than that, we will catch you guys next week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like I never tell them to do this, but be sure to leave a like, a comment, and make sure you are subscribed to this page. Otherwise, you're going to miss a lot of the good stuff that
We're
have
official
coming out.
YouTubers now.
We are official YouTubers.
Hit that notification bell, guys, so you don't miss a video. Bling, bling.
But in all seriousness, hit that notification bell.
He's like, no, seriously, hit the bell.
But yeah, so we'll catch you guys next week.
All right.